The year is 1861. A house divided against itself cannot stand.
America, a young nation built on ideals of liberty and equality, finds itself teetering on the brink of destruction. The issue? Slavery. This moral plague had infected the nation since its birth, dividing it along geographic and ideological lines. The North, a land of burgeoning industry and bustling cities, increasingly saw slavery as an abhorrent stain on the fabric of the nation. The South, however, clung fiercely to the institution that fueled its agrarian economy and defined its way of life. Tensions simmered for decades, fueled by passionate debates, political maneuvering, and escalating tensions. The Missouri Compromise, the Compromise of 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act, all proved to be temporary bandages on a gaping wound.
The election of Abraham Lincoln, a man who vowed to prevent the expansion of slavery, proved to be the final straw. Southern states, fearing for their way of life, seceded from the Union, forming the Confederate States of America. The die was cast.
Brother would soon be pitted against brother in a bloody conflict that would test the very soul of a nation. The American Civil War had begun, a brutal struggle to determine whether a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal could long endure. The first shots of the war echoed across the tranquil waters of Charleston Harbor with the Confederate bombardment of Fort Sumter. This act of aggression ignited a conflagration that would consume the nation for 4 long years. From the rolling hills of Manassas to the dense thickets of Shiloh, battlefields became macabre theaters of war. The earth trembled beneath the thunder of cannons, and the air crackled with the deadly song of musket fire. Gettysburg, a small Pennsylvania town, became etched in the annals of history as the site of one of the war's most pivotal battles. For 3 bloody days in July 1863, the armies of the North and South clashed in a titanic struggle that left the landscape littered with over 50,000 casualties. The Confederate dream of victory died in the fields of Gettysburg, marking a turning point in the war. Amidst the carnage and despair, figures of extraordinary courage and conviction emerged. Abraham Lincoln, the resolute leader of the North, guided the nation through its darkest hour. His unwavering belief in the Union and his eloquence in articulating the cause of freedom served as a beacon of hope.
On January 1st, 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, a document that irrevocably altered the course of the war. No longer was it simply a fight to preserve the Union, it was a crusade for human freedom.
On the battlefields, generals like Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee became legends. Grant, the tenacious Union commander, earned a reputation for his relentless pursuit of victory.
Lee, the brilliant strategist of the Confederacy, inspired his troops with his tactical genius and unwavering dignity. However, even Lee's brilliance could not overcome the growing strength of the North.
The war finally drew to a close in April 1865 with the surrender of Lee's Army of Northern Virginia at Appomattox Courthouse. The nation, battered and weary, began the long and arduous process of healing. The cost of victory had been staggering. Over 620,000 soldiers lay dead, their sacrifices a grim testament to the horrors of war. The legacy of the Civil War continues to shape America today. Slavery, that abominable institution, was finally abolished, and the nation took its first tentative steps toward fulfilling its promise of equality for all. The war also solidified the power of the federal government and redefined the relationship between the states and the Union. Though the scars of division may still linger, the American Civil War serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of unity and the enduring power of the human spirit in its quest for freedom.